Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And today, we're talking about something that's got all of us longtime fans buzzing. The OGs of Street Outlaws are coming back for what might be one of the most nostalgic throwdown style races of the year. That's right, we're talking Dominator, Monza, Doc, Jerry Bird, Bobby Ducote, and more lining up for battle at none other than Twin City Raceway in October. Buckle up, because this one's going to hit right in the horsepower-loving heart of any Street Outlaws fan. Now let me take you back. Do you remember the rawness of early Street Outlaws? The OG showdowns? Before NPK, before the big corporate trailers and the trackside glam, it was just gritty cars, fearless drivers, and real street respect. That's exactly what this event is aiming to capture. It's like someone took the soul of the early 405 list and gave it a place to run wild again. Twin City Raceway, known as the House of Hooligans, is going to be the stage for this madness. We've got a mix of classes to keep things spicy: daily driver, small tire, 5.30 index, and 7.0 index. What's even cooler? A lot of these OGs are showing up in the kind of cars that made them legends. We're talking about Monza in the iconic split bumper Camaro, Dominator in his signature ride, and Doc with the beastly heavy metal Nova. But wait, it gets better. Let's talk Monza. Now, we haven't seen much from the split bumper in a while. Word on the street is he's been working on a new Nova project, but this classic Camaro, it's got history written all over it. This is a fan favorite car, the same machine that used to throw down on those gritty 405 streets. We're still unsure if Monza will bring it out on small tires or keep it in the big tire configuration. But whatever the setup, one thing's for sure. When it comes back, it's going to make noise. And then there's Doc. Heavy metal is still sitting pretty with a screw-blown Hemi. And while it hasn't seen action in the Speed Promotion series yet, it's got some serious potential. If Doc throws that monster on small tires, and with the right tune and weight bias, that car could be an absolute menace. Let's not forget, Scott Taylor just bagged $100,000 with John Doe, a car built in the early 90s. So what's stopping Doc from doing the same with a machine just as historic and lethal? Now, Bobby Ducote. That man's always had a little something up his sleeve. Whether it's the Firebird he ran in the early days or one of his newer builds, he's likely to show up strapped and ready to compete. Last time we saw the OG Firebird, it was getting fitted for small tires. Word was he was piecing the motor together. And this upcoming race might just be the place he brings it out to play. One thing you can always count on with Bobby? If he's in it to win it. Then we've got Dominator, a true OG, quiet, strategic, and always working. His consistency has always made him dangerous, and his passion for small tire and street-style racing is unmatched. You can bet that when his car hits the line at Twin City, it'll be dialed in for war. These are not just show appearances. These guys are coming to throw down like it's the last race on Earth. And that's what makes this event so special. It's not just about going fast. It's about the legacy, the rawness, the reason we all fell in love with Street Outlaws in the first place. These drivers laid the foundation. They weren't handed TV fame. They earned it with grit, late nights, busted knuckles, and countless passes down dark roads. This race is a celebration of that original outlaw energy. So if you're anywhere near Louisiana, or honestly, even if you're not, you might want to start making plans. Twin City Raceway in October is going to be the stomping ground of legends. Whether they're racing daily drivers, going full send on small tires, or just showing up to support and talk trash, the atmosphere is going to be electric. This isn't a corporate NPK show. This is family. This is outlaw. This is roots. Now let's talk about what this race really means for the current state of the Street Outlaw scene. In a time where the spotlight has shifted to high-dollar pro mods, full carbon body builds, and no-rule chaos on the NPK side of things, this race is like a breath of fresh burnout smoke. It's the return to steel-bodied, attitude-driven, street-style muscle that built the franchise's identity. These guys aren't coming out to impress sponsors. They're coming to settle old scores, test new builds, and show the fans they've still got that OG fire in their veins. You know what's even cooler? This event isn't exclusive to the famous faces. It's open to anyone with a set of big tires, a steel body, and the guts to line up against legends. That's what makes it special. You could be a local racer who's been following Doc and Dominator for years, and now you get the chance to line up next to them at the same track, under the same lights. That kind of accessibility is rare in racing today, and it's a big part of why grassroots events like this still matter. And don't be fooled, just because the cars might not be built for 3.60s at 220 miles per hour doesn't mean the competition isn't fierce. These are experienced racers. Many of them have survived the no-prep wars of the early 405 days, grudge races in the middle of nowhere, and production schedules that would wear out the best of us. When they show up to race, they bring knowledge, strategy, and years of trial and error that money can't buy. These guys aren't just racers, they're storytellers on wheels. Speaking of storytelling, events like this are also where the next great Street Outlaw stories begin. You've got up-and-comers and locals watching closely, taking notes, and maybe even lining up in competition. The next big name might not come from a $300,000 pro mod. It might come from a guy or girl who shook the OGs down to the last hundredth and left the track with their respect. That's how legends are made. And this event is setting the perfect stage for it. Let's not forget the fans. These are the events where real fan interaction happens. No pit walls, no restricted zones. You can walk right up to Monza, ask him about the build, maybe even catch Doc tuning the Nova or Bobby tweaking timing on his Firebird. That kind of access is rare in racing today. And that's what makes it special. Not just fast cars, but the community that surround them. And the track? Twin City Raceway is a perfect venue. It's known for its gritty surface, no-nonsense atmosphere, and passion for heads-up racing. The House of Hooligans doesn't just welcome the wild, it encourages it. When these OGs fire up their engines and light up the lanes, the energy in that place is going to be unmatched. It's a kind of environment where anything can happen, and probably will. If this event goes the way I think it will, don't be surprised if it sparks more OG-style throwdowns across the country. We might just see more old-school Street Outlaws races popping up, ones where it's not about how much horsepower you can buy, but how much heart you can bring to the line. This could be the rebirth of the real outlaw scene. Less corporate, more chaos. And honestly, we need that right now. So for all the Street Outlaws fans out there, new and old, this is your moment. Support the racers. Stream the race. Share the content. Let people know that the OGs are still here, still fast, and still proud of the legacy they built. Because without guys like Monza, Doc, Dominator, and Bobby, there would be no NPK, no spin-offs, no empire. These guys paved the road with burnt rubber and raw determination. And if you're lucky enough to be near Louisiana in October, don't miss it. This isn't just a race, it's a reunion, a revival, and a celebration of everything that made Street Outlaws legendary in the first place. See you on the starting line.